Right guys, a very quick video for those who ain't seen it in amongst the never-ending Ukraine-Russia media blitz that we're getting right now. I would sit here and say it's funny how bat flu vanished like a fart in the wind, but in all honesty it's not, is it? Attention needed to be flipped away from that, and this has worked like a charm, so I'm not surprised or shocked by any of it. What I will say though, it was nice of Russia to hold its push into Ukraine until the so-called deadly pandemic had apparently ended. Maybe Putin had been waiting to double jab enough of his military personnel to comply with the EU's jab passport rules before sending them in, because the timing is impeccable. Shit, you almost couldn't make it up, could ya? Now, as I've said before, I don't much care for the old Russia-Ukraine media narrative that they want us to follow. This is why I plan to avoid talking about it when I can. But unfortunately today I've got to call out the dried up wangstain Boris Johnson. This is because he recently announced that yet more refugees are coming here despite the country being beyond full as it is. They took 12,000 from Afghan just a few months ago, with thousands crossing the channel adding to that, before now agreeing to take Ukrainian refugees. All of this, of course, while we've got a waiting list of like 6 million that's expected to go up as high as like 12 or 13 million. It's going to take decades to clear, as you know. In fact, most people will be dead before it does. But Boris being Boris, he come out with this utter codswallop here and said he's going to take in yet more refugees at your expense.
Why aren't we taking refugees like some other countries?
Of course we're going to take refugees. This country's had a historic and proud role in taking refugees from all conflicts. And if you think what we did in Afghanistan, for instance, the UK was way out in front. I'm aware that there's some fake news on the internet about that, and I really want to knock that on the head. The UK is way out in front in our willingness to help with refugees. We've sent 1,000 troops to the theatre to be ready to help with the influx, and of course we will help people fleeing in fear of their lives.
So there you have it there. I literally thought it was worth pointing out for the record, as it might well get lost in the fog of all the bollocks that's going on now. Especially when we've already got reports this week that 90% of these so-called refugees coming here are men. But then again, we didn't need reports to tell us that, did we? Because we already bloody know. We've literally seen the footage of these boat wankers floating over the channel 1,000 times already, and we'll see it again this year without any doubt. As I've said before though, shit like this is more of them just pissing in our pockets and telling us it's raining, which is of course what they love to do. At this point, does anyone actually think that they're going to try and stop immigration or even limit it compared to what it was? I bet it's going to go up, I don't know about you lot.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors, slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.